travel on by locomotive, turning of the century.
Well, welcome back into the studio. I know today is our last self-care journaling, art journaling session, and it is going to be a little bit different. I am not going to be having my headshot on here today, and I have some pre-ideas, which is not usual to have this many pre-ideas, so we're gonna go with it, see how it goes. I have this pocket that I think this one was made by Hope, and she gave me something in this, and it was in this, I think. I'm almost positive. And so I thought I could use this as the pocket for this page, and then I went to look at, I didn't want to use like washi tape, and I already have fabric here and everything's so thick. I thought, I have some wide washi. I have no idea where I got it, but it's super wide and it's really neutral. So I thought I could put it on both sides to create the hinge. And then I was thinking, what do I want to put in it? I'm always using tags. But then I thought, well, what if I just went with something neutral? Here we go, neutral is a theme. And maybe push the print back and whitewash it, and I could write on this and then fold it and put it into this pocket. So that's what I was thinking, but that's kind of getting ahead of ourselves. I do need to pull a prompt. So I have my prompts out, and oop, I dropped one. This basket was a little challenging because, you know, my prompts are so much bigger. I'm going to turn them upside down than normal prompts are, because I made them a little bit, you know, interesting. You can incorporate them a little bit into what you're doing if you wanted to. All right, mix these up and pull a prompt. What does an awesome day of me time look like? Oh, that's a fun one, because I have a million ideas of what an awesome day of me time look like. I could probably come up with 10 awesome days of me time. So yeah, that's a good one. All right, so to get started, I've got this open again so that it's kind of level. This is not, it's kind of wonky, but that's okay. So this is our layout. We did the pocket this last month and used this pocket that was already part of the journal. So I'm gonna start with getting this connected with the washi tape. So I'm gonna need some scissors. And I'm just gonna go just under where the stitching is on both ends. And then I'm going to stick it right there. See, it's not very sticky at all. This is like really old. It's got some stick, but not a lot. So I never trust the stick. So I'm going to pull out my gel medium and add some to this side of the pocket to stick my washi to. I'll lay it here, get these threads out of the way. And this is easy to find where the halfway mark is because it's got 4 even sections. Get that stuck down. And then do the same over here. Add some glue. Can you even see that? There we go. All right. This is finicky. It's got enough stick to want to stick these strings into. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Once again, eyeball this. Oops. There we go. I think I need to get that a little dry before I move on. And you know, I wanted to cut out a little so it's easy to pull the paper out. So I think I'm gonna get my punch and make a scallop here. Okay, this is a 1-inch punch, and I'm just gonna turn it upside down so I can see where the halfway mark is. Kind of eyeball it on the center of that. And that way it'll be easy to catch the paper that I put in there. All right, set that aside, turn this over, and do the same thing on this side.
Trying to come over memories of the past and start over. The past can start over.
There we go. And get that dry. All right, so for my insert, what I need to do my journaling on, I'm going to do add a light coat of some gesso to this. And I think that I just want to use half of this sheet. Yeah, just half. And I'm gonna tear this down. And I'm gonna give this a coat of gesso, real thin coat.
Memories of the past and start over.
So I'm coming in with a really sopping wet Simply Simmons flat wash brush and getting that to move out. But I did come in with way too much gesso. I just want to push back the text just so you can't see it. So I'm just kind of brushing some of that off so that it's lighter, a lighter coat of the gesso. I'm not doing it to give myself any tooth. I'm not doing it to create a barrier. I am only doing it to knock back some of that text, so my handwriting on it will be more visible, will be the predominant thing. And once again, used way too much gesso, but it's okay.
You've got me questioning my position. Am I just filling out? Taking space, not with as much grace. Am I a second choice of all the not Rolls Royce dresses and lace? Help me now. If it's not my business, then whose? When it's up to you to choose. Replica or no, my game is as strong. Flowers at the market, let her have her shot. I call it respect, my woman to another.
All right, I did 6 things and I left 2 open to add if I think of something else that sounds like an awesome day of me time. So the first one was I'd spend a day with yummy snacks and a good book, and maybe go to a bookstore or two and look for more TBRs. To be reads. I have a whole bookshelf of TBRs. I don't need any more, but it's so much fun. So that was my first one, and I was pretty happy with that. So I'm gonna get this, make sure there's nothing that's gonna fold it in half, get it in my pocket. Hopefully it fits. And add my journaling prompt. And so there, you can just grab it real easy and pull it out. I'm pushing it in pretty far just so, because I'm gonna, start working on this layout. And I had found this packet of gummed labels, and I thought it might be fun to stick some of these down and start with these as collage. These are all vintage gummed labels. So yeah, I thought that would be fun to do. Of course, I'm not gonna trust the gum, so I am gonna just collage them down like I normally would, and the extra gum on it will probably just help, I would imagine, on keeping them stuck down. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about the pocket, if I'm gonna collage on it. Maybe collage up into it and then kind of let it deter off into what's here, maybe? I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna get started with getting some collage down.
Hey mama, could you get up soon? I get so cold in the other room. Here I am, honey, half awake. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Morning star, clear and true. Your honesty could pierce my heart right through. Plans are paper, unafraid. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Hey Pepper, give us a shake in the moving and it'll be okay. There's a dream weaver that won't let me alone, and it turns my heart into a heavy stone. Look at the maker in the face. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Get yourself moving. Get yourself moving. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay.
I've just been really focusing on keeping most of these vertical. There are a couple I did go horizontal with, but for the most part, the majority of these are vertical in nature. And I did decide to not go the whole way up that pocket, to maybe allow some of what was on the pocket to show through. And then now I'm coming in with some gesso, and this is on a 2-inch brayer, so it takes a lot of time, but it enables me to get more into crevices, like where the binding edge of the pages is sometimes really hard to get into with a brayer, but these tend to do a nicer job. And the other thing that I found is that I can really keep things really light when I use this smaller brayer. So I like how it gives me some translucency, not so opaque, and you can still kind of see those labels coming through and on that center pocket page moreover.
We got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
So I'm coming in with some more gesso on my fingertips so I can really get more of a stark white in that bound edge area. And I'm going to do that on both sides here. I just wanted less visuals of the labels that were going on in there, so that's why I did that. And now I am coming in with some infusion spray, and this is in Sunset Beach, which is a beautiful, well, it's a sunset beach color. It's a beautiful color, and I'm just taking a round brush and adding some water to it and just moving that color around. Instead of spraying all the way around, I'm going to come in here with a really wet brush and that nozzle trying to add more, but I eventually just go into dipping that brush in and moving the color around to get it in the areas that I feel like will enhance some of the texture from those labels, but also be really soft, almost like a delicate sunset on the beach. And that color is just phenomenal. Now, my infusion sprays, I create them using the Infusions, but I also come in with a PowerTex product called PowerTex Powder Fix, and it fixates these so they are no longer water soluble when they are dry. It's amazing stuff, and whenever I create my art sprays, that's what I do nowadays. So, and now I'm going to come in with the Sage, which is another phenomenal color, and it really reminds me of any like grasses that are usually on the top side of a dune, or it just reminds me of the beach again. So I'm just really looking for that soft, almost watercolor look, coming in again with that round brush and moving that around in areas where I think it will do it justice and pick up a lot of the color from what's below. So it almost makes those labels almost more visible. I think it's a phenomenal product, that's for sure.
Warm days are over, they are not forever gone. Like the dusk brings the night, the summer brings the fall. It won't be long till harvest comes, morning breaks, welcome of the dawn. Daylight is calling, welcome of the dawn. I get a little bit breathless, my thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please? I guess I should have been honest. It breaks in my heart. It's raining down, baby. I'm like a river that's overflowed. The sooner you know it, the less do we hurt. Let me speak.
All right, I've gotten that good and dry, and now I'm coming in with some focals. And I knew when this got created, as I was putting these colors down, that I really wanted to use these watercolor florals that were gifted to me by Hope at Crafty Hope. And she had made these for me when we, again, did the Advent that we did a few years ago. And I knew I wanted to use these because there were a few of them that were really soft and would probably match those colors nicely. And I thought it would really bring out the page itself. So I went straight for those and pulled those out of my focal box, and just searching for the ones that I felt would go with the page that they were going to go onto. So that was my big focus. And then coming up, once I get those down, I'm going to start looking for words, the word hunt.
I'm picking up speed. No bad thoughts penetrate. Hold me like this is the first time. Our destiny calls, not leaving this incomplete.
So I've pulled out my phrases pouch, and I'm going to start to look through the different accumulation of words that are in here. Some of these are I've just found in magazines. Some I've cut out of, let's see, I think some of them actually came from a calendar, and this actually came out of a journal, a writing journal, and I really loved the metallic of the letters on it and felt like that would go very well with this layout. It's time to flourish. I just felt like that also went with the focal point of the florals, so I decided to go with that phrase.
Down on the banks of the old man river.
So I decided to edge the words with some of that Sunset Beach Infusions, and I just dip a brush into the bottle and I'm adding it to the edges just to kind of make it so it's not so stark on the page, has some similarity with whatever else is going on that background. And then I'm just going to get that adhered using the Barely Arts Precision Glue to that pocket on the right hand side.
rain and wind, mist hanging in the valley. Looked over circumstance. Trying at sand, we know the banks ain't moving. Oh, that river rising 3 foot by the hour. Drop your bags and run, we know surrender time has come to the water.
And after looking things over a little bit, I've decided to come in with some additional of the metallic gold. This is a Marvy DecoColor Premium oil-based. It's very opaque, and it's a metallic in gold paint marker. It is very metallic, so that's why I always like it. It is challenging to get it to flow a little bit, and I love the tiny little specks that you really can't see here, I don't think, very well, but in the end of images you'll be able to see it. Decide to use that, a little bit of that in the center of those flowers just to bring it through. Yeah, the sparkle this pen gives is incredible. So I'm going to get that dry and give you a look. And this is our last self-care art journaling session for the year. If you didn't catch the making of my 2026 art journal and all the details about the new series and art journaling challenge, I'm going to link in the upper right hand corner for you the video of where I made that journal, and we'll share with you all the details about the 2026 art journaling series we're going to be doing next year on my channel, along with the free challenge. So it's really nice. It's a year-long art journaling challenge, just once a month.